My name is Florence. I'm married to Dana Florence. I have triplets. I have amazing triplets.
Everything was going well in my life, and my husband and I were ready to really settle down and start a family.
I'm a big daydreamer. I have these images of running around, riding a bike, rollerblading, you know, skiing, everything I did as a kid.
When we started talking about having children of our own, I was so excited about the idea. And when I actually became pregnant, it was one of the best days of my life, definitely.
It's not that unusual when everything is beautiful. It's just another ordinary miracle today.
Here's Brody, and he just had his surgery, and he's pooped. He's really tired now, and he's still on pain meds and coming off of the anesthetic, but he's a superstar and he did a really good job, and we're very proud of him.
An extraordinarily difficult diagnosis to make for any one family to hear about one child, and then to tell a bright young couple full of hope that 3 children were going to be significantly affected with cerebral palsy is very, very, very difficult. It is certainly something I hope I don't have to do ever again in my career.
Regardless of everything that I had done to make my pregnancy okay and make it last as long as possible, we were in for quite a ride, because I had done a lot of reading and I knew about premature births and I knew about that, and I was just hoping and praying that this wasn't going to happen.
You know, it breaks your heart a little bit to know there's such a difference in that they're not going to have the same, well, you hope they're going to have the same, but they may not have the same opportunities, and so it's tough. You just want everything for them that we fortunately have for Jamie.
We were in and out of that hospital daily for 6 months.
I remember what it felt like to literally worry that your child was going to die, and it's a feeling that is so indescribable and horrible because you can't do anything, and I would just sit there and pray. When you have a child with special needs, you have to be as proactive as possible. My whole day is dedicated to taking my kids to various appointments, whether it's medical appointments, going to the hospital for sick children, or going to daily physiotherapy appointments, occupational therapy appointments, early intervention. They go to a special school, and the countless other things that we do in order for them to excel. If it means that they will make that next milestone, then we'll do it 100%.
If there was a family that was going to take incredibly difficult news and do something incredibly positive, not just for themselves, but for perhaps lots of other kids, it would be this family.
There is such a lack of funding and such a lack of concentration on children's neurological disorders, and research really needs to be done in order to figure out what therapies and treatments can actually make a difference in the lives of these kids like my kids. And we aren't the only family out there that is going through this. There are thousands and thousands of children in Canada, and millions probably around the world, that are affected by neurological disorders.
Cause tonight's the night the world begins again.
If you have a disability like me, don't be discouraged.
I need someplace simple where we could live, and something only you can give, and that's faith and trust and peace while we're alive.
3-2-B is a foundation that's working closely with the Hospital for Sick Children and Holland Bloorview Kids Rehabilitation Hospital. Sick Kids is one of the most respected pediatric hospitals, and Holland Bloorview is a world-class rehabilitation hospital dedicated to children with special needs. If one type of therapy or treatment can help one disorder, maybe it will help another.
It's incredibly important that foundations like 3to Be exist. I've been working for 20 years on development of children's brains and nervous system, and all that time we've been completely dependent upon funding from the government, which is just never enough.
Neurological conditions in kids affect about 15 million people in North America per year, about 1.5 million in Canada. So those are huge numbers as a percentage of the population.
They say that people aren't given challenges unless they can handle those challenges. The challenge has turned into a calling inspired by my babies, inspired by my children, to generate awareness and to raise funds specifically to help other families that are in the same situation that we're in.
What makes 3to Be different from other foundations is that it is committed to childhood disabilities and children with neurological disorders, and trying to find interventions and treatments that work and will make their day-to-day quality of life better.
I just appreciate everything that much more.
Trying to control an uncontrollable situation is never going to happen, so we've dealt with it day by day and week by week and month by month, and I think that if we keep dealing with it that way, we'll be better people. I think the kids will be better for it. It makes us stronger as a couple and certainly as a family.
We have fought these battles, and I take inspiration from Taylor, Cole, and Brody because they have been through more than anyone I know, and they are the reason why we're doing this. They are the reason why I get up in the morning. They are the reason why I feel like our life has such meaning. There's a lot of inspiration that comes from where we've been to where we are now, and hopefully even more inspiration from where we're going from here.
Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. La di da di da, la di da, la di da.
Give a kiss, Tay Tay.
I know.